Boise is Idaho's biggest city, and it is absolutely gorgeous. But there are 10 very good reasons you might want to avoid this place. Stick around. Hi guys, my name is Trent and I'm a realtor here in Idaho. If you're interested in what it's like living, eating, sleeping, playing, working, and buying real estate here in Idaho, then this is the channel for you. Make sure you tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so every time I come out with a new video, you get notified. Now guys, I'm serious. I'm getting calls every single day from people just like you wanting to know what it's like to be here in Idaho. I've done over 45 videos, but I do not answer every single question. So if this is you and you are seriously thinking about moving to Idaho, reach out with a call, text, or email, day, nights, weekends, it does not matter. I love helping people get moved here to Idaho. Been here 30 years, and I honestly think it's one of the best places to live ever. So today, we are talking about Boise and the surrounding area and the 10 very good reasons you probably want to avoid this place. Idaho in general is a very unique place, and it is not for everyone. I've had people move here just on a whim because they heard Idaho was great. They didn't last a year before they decided time to move back. So that's why I do these videos. Now, this is not my opinion. This is just the facts. I'm not saying this is right, not saying this is wrong. This is just the information I've gathered. So leave a comment. Let me know if Boise is an area that would fit you, or you think, yep, dead on, I would never move there. Does not sound like the place for me. So the very first one is Boise and the surrounding areas. Boise has a downtown. It is a city, but it's actually more of a farm town than you would think. Boise has a population of about 250,000, but the surrounding area is 850,000, and there's a lot of farmland and a lot of farm animals. Now, a lot of people who live in the cities go, that sounds great. That's exactly what I want. But I actually grew up working on a farm. It was the largest private blueberry farm in Washington, and they had horses, they had chickens, they had goats, they had cows. And I'll tell you what, if you have never been on a working farm, the smells will punch you right in the face. It takes a while to get used to it. So it's nature, but you gotta know it comes with smells. You're gonna have animals that get out of their enclosures that are going across the road. It can back up traffic. And so even though Boise is known as a city, when you get out and about and you have to drive to certain areas, you do have to travel to get around that area to go to certain places, you are gonna come across farms. And if you're not used to it, you might look at your husband or wife and go, was that you? So just know farms they're very unique, they're very special, but they do have some downsides to it. So just know that. Number 2, Boise and the surrounding area does have traffic. So if you are from a really big city and you're like, I'm done with this, I need to get away from all the city life, just know you are gonna have to deal with some of that aspects of living in a city. Now, for us here in North Idaho, it's bad. We go down there and we're like, oh my gosh, traffic. If you're from Portland, Seattle, California, LA, you're gonna go, this is what you consider to be traffic. But just know, if you're trying to get totally away from all of the traffic, all of the city life, you are gonna be experiencing that in Boise to a degree, and it is growing rapidly. So my guess is it's only going to get worse. Just something that you need to know if you're considering moving to Boise. Number 3, this can be a total culture shock for people who are from a big city. Idaho is mostly white. The diversity is very, very limited. With 850,000 people, it is getting a little bit more diverse, but you're gonna be seeing a lot of white people. And for some people, that's uncomfortable. They go, what is this? Are you guys like white supremacists? No, they're not white supremacists. It's just Idaho, it's mostly a white culture down there. And again, it is starting to change a little bit, but mostly white people, you're gonna have mostly white culture. So something you need to know. Number 4, wildlife does exist in the Boise area. Now, are you gonna be seeing elk walking through downtown? Probably not. But if you go out and about into the woods, into the hills around Boise, you are going to be seeing elk. You are going to be dealing with deer and turkey. And along with that comes predators. And we're talking not just like raccoons, which aren't really a predator. I mean, they can be if you're pissing them off, but we're talking about wolves, we're talking about bears, we're talking about mountain lions, and these animals are dangerous. We're also talking about moose. They are not predators, but they kill more people than predators because most people think, hey, that's a nice, cool looking animal. Almost looks like a weird horse or something. And then they come and trample you and realize that's not a horse. That's an animal that wants to kill me. So you have to be aware of that. If you are going out and hiking in the beautiful Rocky Mountains around there, you need to have your bear mace. You need to have a sidearm. You need to have the ability to protect yourself. Again, not a big deal if you're within the city, but you get out from the city, you are surrounded by mountains. You are surrounded by wilderness. So just know you're going to have to deal with wildlife. Number 5, if you are thinking, I'm going to move out of this crazy city I'm in now, but I still want to live in a city, and so Boise sounds like a really good option, it can be, but just know compared to LA or Chicago, especially New York City, even Seattle and Portland, which are a little bit smaller cities, Boise City is tiny. It's very small. There is a downtown. It's a beautiful downtown. There is a nightlife, but you're talking about maybe 10 to 11 places that you can go for like a nightclub, nightlife. So for some people who want to get out of the city, but still kind of want to have the city, it's a really great option. But if you're thinking, yeah, this will be just like it is down in Southern California or just like it is in Seattle, not really. It's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be a lot cleaner. People are a lot nicer. But just know it is going to be smaller. It's not going to be the same thing. Number 6, jobs are limited, especially corporate jobs. Now, if you're in the trades or you're in healthcare or you're in construction, anything like that, you are going to kill it. There's a lot of need for that. But if you're looking for a corporate job, if you're used to making that 6-figure income working for Amazon or working for Tesla or Apple, there's none of that up there. It is starting companies are starting to look at Boise because it is growing so rapidly, but the corporate jobs down there are very limited. They're hard to come by. So you need to be aware of that because the price of housing is not going to be drastically different. That's another point that I'm going to make here soon, but just know the job market, you want to have that job lined up. Now, if you're a remote worker, it's going to be perfect for you. There's really good internet down there. There's coffee shops. It's a really great option for that. But if you're moving there thinking, I'm going to make the same kind of money I did in the city, only in Boise, probably not going to happen. Number 7. Now this is going to be kind of controversial and some people will go, Trent, why are you talking about this? It's a hot subject. Because you need to know. And I don't want Boise to change. So Boise and the surrounding area is mostly conservative. You do have more of a liberal movement happening in Boise, the city area, which I think kind of naturally happens when you have a lot of people all living together and there's different cultures coming in. But for the most part, it is conservative. Now, what does that mean to be conservative? Does that mean that everybody loves Trump and they want him to be president again? Not necessarily. What it means is that people are conservative. So they like their guns. They like their Second Amendment. People like to hunt down there. They like their churches. There's a lot of churches down in Boise and the surrounding area, and they really don't want things to change. It's conservative. They like the way things are, and they don't want a bunch of people calling themselves progressive to come in and change things. Again, Boise, for Idaho, Boise's known as more of a liberal city. But compared to Seattle, compared to Portland, I don't think it's very liberal at all. Just know, though, that in Boise and the surrounding area, it is conservative and they want to keep it that way. So if you're coming in going, you know what, we're going to change this, good luck to you. I don't know if they're going to let that happen. Conservatives see what's happening in some of these more liberal cities and they really don't want to have that happen here. Now that leads me into my next point. Number 8, marijuana is not legal in Idaho at all, medically or recreationally. I actually did a video a few weeks ago where I interviewed a member of the House of Representatives and I asked her about it, as well as a spokesperson for Kind Idaho, which is a political action committee trying to get it legalized. And I had a discussion with the representative, and even though it was a little bit cryptic, what I got from it is, yeah, we really don't want to have this become legal. And if it does, it's going to be a long time before it happens, and it's going to be highly, highly regulated. So if you're living in a state where it's legal and you're used to being able to just go down to the store and get your stuff, That's not going to happen. There are laws. You do get punished if you're caught with marijuana.
Littering and smoking the reefer.
And so you need to know, because it's a very conservative state, it's probably never going to get legalized. At least I don't think it will be for a very, very long time, if ever. Number 9, Boise has 5 seasons. Now, let me tell you, the 4 seasons, the standard 4 seasons, you do have winter, which has snow and freezing temperatures. It can get very, very cold down there. You have summer, where it can get very hot. It is high mountain desert, and so the temperatures can climb above 100. And then you have rain in the fall, and in the spring, you're gonna have a mix of snow and rain. The 5th season is smoke season, and basically all of Idaho has been dealing with this over the last few years. You are surrounded by forests in the Boise Treasure Valley area, and sometimes those forests catch fire. So you can have fires around you, but for the most part, it's a lot of smoke that's coming from Oregon and California, and it can be pretty hazardous. You will see it get into the hazardous air pollution range for a few weeks. It is a pain in the butt. I hate it. It's honestly, I think every city, every state has that really negative thing. And for me right now, that's Idaho's really negative thing, is we have a smoke season towards the end of summer that can really be a bummer. In fact, you can see in my footage when I was down in Boise filming, it is smoky, it is hazy, it is not very attractive to be down there and not being able to see the mountains very clearly. So just know, if you have kids with asthma or you struggle with asthma yourself, it might not be the best place for you. Number 10, this is a big one, and this might be the biggest reason you might want to avoid moving to Boise. The cost of living has been going up significantly over the last 5 years. I get a lot of people calling me going, oh, help me find my $250,000 house in Idaho. Not going to happen. Not in the Boise market, not in the North Idaho market. Lewiston is going to be your best bet. So just know, if you're coming into Boise and thinking, I'm going to find a job there and I'm going to get a cheap house and life's going to be great, that's not necessarily the case. Median home price in the Boise area is about $470 when you look at the whole Treasure Valley. But there are places that are a lot more expensive, and then there are some like Mountain Home where it's less expensive. But you just need to know, housing prices, cost of living has been going up. And so make sure you've got all that information planned out before you move, and definitely give us a call. We can help you figure out, based on what you're looking for, based on your income. We can get you connected with our lenders, and they can do a debt to income ratio. We can get it all dialed in for you before you move here, but you got to give us a call. So guys, that is it. Those are the 10 reasons you might want to avoid moving to Boise, Idaho. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. That helps push the video out to more people. And leave me a comment and let me know, is Boise, Idaho something that, yep, Trent, you're right, I should definitely avoid moving there? Or no, that sounds great, I could deal with all of those things. Let me know in the comments. I do read those and I do reply to most of them. And if you are serious about wanting to get moved down here, make sure you reach out with a phone call, an email, or a text. I love helping people get relocated to Idaho. Like I said, I've been here 30 years and I think this is one of the best states ever. So until the next video, guys, I will see you later.